In the year 1200 AD, in what is now northwestern Cambodia, the largest city on earth covered an area larger than modern Paris. It was called Angkor, the capital of the Khmer Empire, the dominant power of mainland Southeast Asia for 600 years. Almost 1 million people lived in Angkor and its immediate surroundings, organized in a sophisticated network of canals, reservoirs, temples, palaces, monasteries, marketplaces, and rice paddies. The city had been built and rebuilt for 4 centuries, with each successive king adding new temples to celebrate his reign. The grandest of these, Angkor Wat, completed around 1150 AD, was the largest religious building in human history at the time. It still is. By 1500 AD, Angkor was effectively abandoned. The Khmer royal court had moved its capital to Phnom Penh. The temples were being reclaimed by jungle. The rice paddies that had fed the city were silting up. Most of the population had dispersed. Within a few centuries, the city existed only in vague legends and travelers' tales. The first European to seriously document the ruins was the French naturalist Henri Mouhot in 1860. By the late 19th century, the world was rediscovering Angkor through dramatic photographs of jungle-engulfed temples. The mystery of how a city of nearly 1 million people simply emptied out has fascinated researchers ever since. Modern archaeology has finally provided the answer. To understand the collapse, you have to understand the genius that built Angkor. The Khmer Empire emerged in the early 9th century AD when King Jayavarman II declared independence from Javanese influence and consolidated power across much of modern Cambodia. His successors expanded Khmer control across what is now Thailand, Laos, southern Vietnam, and parts of Malaysia. The empire's wealth came from rice agriculture. The Cambodian climate has 2 seasons. A wet monsoon season from May to October, when the tunnel sap floods backward from the Mekong River and inundates surrounding land. A dry season from November to April, when rivers shrink and rainfall is rare. The Khmer engineering response to this seasonal pattern was the most sophisticated medieval water management system on Earth. They built 3 immense reservoirs called barays. The largest, the West Baray, is 8 kilometers long, 2 kilometers wide, and originally held about 50 million cubic meters of water. They built thousands of kilometers of canals connecting the reservoirs to the surrounding rice fields. They built thousands of smaller tanks, ponds, and dams scattered across the urban landscape. The system was designed to capture and store monsoon rainfall, then release it during the dry season to support a 3rd or 4th rice harvest each year. Most other Asian rice-growing regions could only manage 1 or 2 harvests annually. The Khmer system supported up to 4. This agricultural surplus fueled the urban population, the temple construction, and the imperial bureaucracy. The system worked spectacularly well for 400 years. The largest temple complexes, including Angkor Wat, the walled city of Angkor Thom with its enigmatic giant stone faces, the Temple of Ta Prohm, and dozens of others, were built during this period of agricultural abundance. The Khmer were Hindu and later increasingly Buddhist. The temples were dedicated to specific deities and royal ancestors. They were also functional buildings, used for daily worship, royal ceremonies, and astronomical observation. So what went wrong? In the 13th and 14th centuries, the climate changed. Tree ring data from cypresses in southern Vietnam and stalagmite data from Chinese caves show that monsoon patterns became erratic during the period from approximately 1250 to 1550 AD. There were severe multi-decade droughts followed by catastrophic flood seasons. The Khmer water management system, designed for predictable monsoons, struggled with this volatility. Modern